Hey guys, it's Flippin Hippo. Thank you for joining us on our YouTube channel. Today on Hungry Hippo, we're going to make homemade beef vegetable soup in the crock pot. Super simple dump recipe. Everything just goes in and then you cook it for 6 to 8 hours on low. You can make it the day before and let it sit in the refrigerator so everything can marinate together and all the flavors can mix. If you're in a rush, you can make it in the morning and throw it on the same day. Everything that I'm going to show you that I'm putting into mine can be changed, can be replaced, can be omitted. It is such a super simple recipe and everything's interchangeable. So the first thing I put in is ground beef. I've already browned it in the skillet with some minced onion, garlic, and a little bit of salt and pepper. My grandma used to make, it's 1 pound of meat. She used to take the pound of hamburger and make tiny, tiny little meatballs, about that big. So hers was more like a wedding soup. Since I'm all about dump recipes and quick and easy and all of that, I'm not going to sit here for an hour to make these teeny tiny little meatballs, but you can if you want. My grandma did. I just put the ground beef in, and it can be omitted if you are vegetarian. You can replace it with ground turkey. You can replace it with leftover roast. I've done that if I've had a roast in the crock pot and we had leftover roast, so I've put that in instead of the hamburger meat. So like I said, it's a very versatile recipe. I always put in a can of tomatoes and green chilies, but you can put in any kind of tomatoes you want, or no tomatoes if you don't like tomatoes. But I will tell you that Keith is not a big fan of tomatoes, and he's okay with 1 can of these in there. It adds a nice flavor. I also do a tiny little can of tomato sauce, and he's okay with that. I think if I did any more than that, it would be too tomatoey, but he does like that. I usually put in 2 cans of beans, and I just shake it up, whatever I'm feeling when I'm at the store. This time I chose to get pinto, and I put the juices in and off because we're making soup. Sometimes I get chili beans, but this time we're going to do pinto and black beans. I really like the beans in there. My grandmother always just did the vegetables and the beef, and my mom always added beans, and I always liked the beans a little bit better. I'm a big bean person. I love beans. I don't always have these around, but I did have a bag of potatoes in the pantry, so I decided to just chop up what's left and add them in here. And I'm going to take out 2 tiny pieces and set them aside for MC Hamster and Bear. They love raw potato. And then as far as vegetables, I really stick to these 3 bags every time. And then, like, if I have the potatoes around, I'll add them. I save all of our leftover vegetables in containers and freeze them. And then whenever I make soups, I bring them out and dump them in. But I always have these California blend veggies because Keith really likes carrots. And I love broccoli and cauliflower. I've never seen this at Walmart. I can only find this at Shop and Save. So I don't know if you guys are going to have this in your area or not, but it's actually called soup vegetables, and it's a bag of mixed vegetables meant for soup. But it has potatoes, carrots, peas, corn, green beans, lima beans, okra, celery, and onions. This is amazeballs if you like vegetables. I mean, I like lima beans and okra. I know most people don't, but I love that blend. As you can see, there's carrots in each blend because that's Keith's favorite, so we make sure that we got a lot of carrots for him. And then this is just a regular mixed carrots, corn, green beans, peas, and lima beans. So I always put these 3 bags in, like I said, whatever else I have around the house. And you can really just do whatever you want with this recipe. It's just a basic vegetables and meat or no meat and beans. And then you're going to make your broth. And just like the taco soup I showed you, what I'll do is fill this up with water, and I'll fill it up with a measuring cup so I know how much water I put in. And then I will know how much of my beef stock to add here. I use the powdered beef bouillon, but you can use bouillon cubes and do like 4 to 5. You can use pre-made in the container soup base, or broth. I guess it's already broth, but it's pre-made. And this is getting pretty full. You can do beef or you can do vegetable if you're a vegetarian. Chicken's not so good with this. It is a beef vegetable soup. I don't know, even if you're a or you don't do beef, I don't know that chicken broth will be good. This is, as far as I know, growing up with my grandma and my mom, this has always been like a tomato and beef-based broth, but you can use vegetable. So I'm going to add my last bag of beef in. I'm going to go over to the sink. I'm going to fill it up with water. I'm going to add the beef broth to make it brothy. And then, as you can see, I have some spices here. I will most likely just throw in some minced onion and a little bit of garlic. And I like to, in almost every recipe I ever make that's not a Mexican cuisine, I always throw in a pinch or two of this Italian seasoning, and then I'll do some salt and pepper. Then I will put the lid on it. It will go in the fridge. It'll sit overnight and marinate. Everything will get good and mixed in. And we'll throw it on in the morning when I get up and cook for about 8 hours. I don't think I'm going to get these in there tonight. Wow, I really got a lot of food in there. So we'll cook it for about 8 hours, and then we'll eat it with either grilled cheese sandwiches on the side or cold sandwiches. We'll just make like ham and cheese or turkey and cheese, or we'll do grilled cheese. We'll eat it tomorrow night, and then I will keep out enough in the fridge for another night, and we'll wait like 2 nights, and we'll eat it again with a different type of sandwich on the side. And the rest will go in the freezer in containers just like this, airtight. Make sure they're airtight. And it lasts in the freezer for like 3 months, and so just every once in a while, we'll take one of these out, and I put it into a pot on the stove. And sometimes when you freeze this soup and then you bring it out and put it in your pot, you're going to need to add extra broth. It just happens that once you freeze it and then recook it, you do need to put a little extra broth in. But that's fine, it's soup. Soup is supposed to have broth, right? And feel free to eat it alone or with crackers or just bread on the side. I mean, this is just a really good hearty soup. You don't even really need a side, but Keith and I really enjoy. We're like 60-year-old people inside of our bodies because we really enjoy our soup and sandwiches for dinner. That's what we live on all fall and winter. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Let me know in the comments below what you think. If you try this and you do any variations, let me know, because I'm always curious to try new things and change up my own recipes from time to time just to have something different. And I like to hear what other people are making in the kitchen. Do me a favor, smash that like button down below. If you haven't already and you'd like to, please subscribe to our channel and help us feed a hungry hippo. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We are at Flippin Hippos. Until next time, you guys have a good night.